Thank you, sir, for giving me the opportunity to come to Camp Victoria. And let me first begin with the question: what do you think about the forthcoming elections that is being planned by the junta?
First of all, I would like to say you are most welcome to here.
Thank you, sir.
Regarding the election, the strategy of the military council, actually they have 3 steps. One is to control the agitation, and second step is to create stability. Then the third is to implement your core objective, which is election. And election also is to create a new electoral system in which the army will govern.
Always retain power.
Retain power forever. So that is what their core objective. So then that is the third step they like to play, and that is exactly you say the election. And what I like to say is people may think that this election may change or move some kind of stability. That is totally wrong. This will create more problem. So in short, the election is not a solution.
So it's a recipe for more disaster.
More disaster, more problematic, more chaos.
Okay, sir. As on date, exactly 2 years after the military coup, what percentage of the area in Myanmar is controlled by the juntas?
It is not my data. It is from the Special Advisory Council of Myanmar. That was comprised with the UN specialists who have already served on Burma issue. So in accordance with their part, more than 53% is totally controlled by the armed group, and 27 is competing each other.
Okay.
And only 7% is totally controlled by the military regime. And yeah, I think that is more or less that information true. And you have already visited some places, and you can see, you can smell there is no government at all.
Sir, for the last almost beginning for past few weeks.
Yeah.
I've gone to parts of Sagaing division.
Yes.
I've traveled Chin state, Thantlang.
Yeah.
I've never seen any army personnel. Yes, I have seen some army camps. And when I spoke to the people, when I spoke to the resistance group, the pattern I saw was that they don't come out of the camp. And whenever they come out of the camp, they burn, loot and kill.
Yeah.
And which is why Camp Victoria suffered airstrikes, probably because on the 10th and 11th of January, because they cannot do a ground assault. Because this camp is surrounded by mountains.
Yeah.
And they don't have the numbers.
Yeah.
So in Chin state, I think as you said 7%, what is the percentage in Chin state controlled by the junta?
Totally controlled. For example, that's all the apart from the towns, all are controlled by the armed groups, and even the town is competing.
Mindat, for example.
Mindat, Kamplet, Matupi, Thantlang is no more.
Thantlang is no more.
And even Hakka, there is, the fighting is still going on. So you cannot say totally controlled by the SAC. Falam, the same. So that's why we say we control more than 70%, and the rest is competing.
Severe competition.
Yeah, severe competition.
Okay. Yes. So now about the resistance movement, I've spoken to many leaders. Chin National Army is an EAO.
Yes.
It's a big group.
Yeah.
Now there are so many groups out here, especially in Sagaing. I went to, in Kale.
Yeah.
There are 10 groups or so.
Yeah.
But there is, I found there is disunity among the group. This is my observation. What do you think are the weaknesses of the resistance movement?
Actually, if we can put all of these anti-regime forces under one command, that would be superb. It would be very effective. However, that's the when the leader, I mean particularly the how to say, when a call come like to take arms as to defend themselves, self-defense. So in that way, that the armed resistance group raise up from their local areas. And however, it is not under one control, but the political aim is just one, and that is particularly the BDF, politically led by the NGG.
Okay, sir. Now, as I was interacting with so many groups, some groups suffer from severe shortage of weapons.
Yeah.
Some groups I have seen even armed with the MK-12, which is American.
Yes.
Some groups are again with the single barrel 12 bore .315. And some groups suffer from shortages of funds, severe funds. They don't have the money to buy ammunition or guns.
Yeah.
So how do you have any plan to address all these? Or does the NUG have formed up any plans to address all these problems? Sir?
Yes, that's the NUG itself also is a very limited fund in order to cover all the requirements. And however, that's the NUG also, how to say, provide arms and ammunition in of course they cannot equip all the resistant group, but so far as I know, they try their best, they do their best to deliver this arms and ammunition to the resistant groups. And the EO also, we also provide, we also train, we also supply whatever we have, we share them, and however, still need is still there.
Okay, sir. As per the information that we have received from some very reliable sources, a huge consignment of very sophisticated weapons is waiting at some place, but the route has not been finalized. I mean, I don't know if I should be asking you that question, sir. Is that true, sir?
Attempts has been made by the, how to say, the NUG as well as some EOs. So, and of course that the need is very huge. The need is still very huge. Yeah. So.
Sir, now in Kale, I have seen that the Pakafa and some groups have also started schools, hospitals. What about in Chin State, sir? I have seen CDF Thantlang yesterday.
Yeah.
They have organized some schools and also hospitals. So in that case, what role is the Chin National Front, CNF, public CNA playing in Chin State, sir?
Actually, that's in order to run that kind of healthcare service as well as education, the first thing we need is to take the security protection, and that's the main rule of the CNF is to assure the civilian protection. Then the running hospital, actually it is not run by CDF. Actually it is run by the concerned
local people?
The concerned local people, but cooperate with like CNF, CDF. So, for example, like hospital, like school, and yeah, that's at the same time that we also, how to say, seek support from donors, and whatever they need, we try our best to support them.
So are you satisfied with the role of the NUG, sir?
They are just a human being. They are not extraordinary person. So we should not expect too much from them. And so far as I see is not bad. Yeah, they are.
But so when I interacted with small groups, especially commanders of very small groups, all of them invariably they said no, the NUG is not rooted, they are out of touch with the ground reality. So don't you think that NUG, or is the NUG thinking of making itself more effective in the coming days, sir?
Sure. As I mentioned before, that NUG also is just ordinary, comprised ordinary person, and they try their best, and when it comes to like fundraising, many people appreciate it. But as I mentioned before, the need is very huge compared with what they can. I mean, they are able to raise the funds. So that's why some people say that's a NUG, but they also have very, how to say, limitation, and of course this is just 2 years. When it comes to that, when you look at global picture of this politics,
Yes, sir.
all of this relationship based on interest, and some countries react to Ukraine so immediately, and we're not in Myanmar, and the interest is very different between, the issue is very different between the Ukraine and the Burma. Of course, that Ukraine, that impact the whole region of Europe. And Burma issue is the very small when we compare with that. And again, is what kind of interest they have in Burma. For example, like like Western country, they are very outspoken, but they don't really have much interest in Myanmar. They stand on promoting their principle, their standards and norm only. So that's why that the people feel that we are ignored by international communities, and all of the support is just a lip service, not material support. And if you know that very recently that the US that they passed when they ratified NDAA, that include the Burma Act, and this may be the first, how to say, tangible material support.
The beginning of a change.
Yeah.
So now this rebellion in Myanmar has been very different from previous rebellions.
Yes.
At least now people are upset. They are angry. I can feel the angst among the people.
Yes.
What has made this rebellion so different from the previous rebellions?
One is that when I mean that's the Burmese army brutality, they never feel before this coup. So even when the ethnic nationality share about the atrocities of the Burmese army, they don't believe because they never have that kind of experience.
And you're talking about the bomber population.
Yeah, yeah. And when, that's kind of brutality come into their area,
The mainland.
then they realize the what's brutality of this Burmese army. Then they got, I mean, that's the fence of the anger is increase.
Okay, so basically, what I understand from you is that in this rebellion, earlier the nationalities on the periphery used
Yes.
to rebel, rise up used to engage in rebellion,
Yes.
in revolts.
Yeah.
But this time in the mainland also a large percentage of the population has joined the rebellion,
Yeah.
and that has made the rebellion very different.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
And secondly is of course that previously the ethnic arm organization, that is their strategy is self-defense. So mean to protect their people and their land. But now is so it really, how to say, it doesn't effectively impact to the capital.
So now the strategy is to defeat the army.
Now is the strategy is to hit directly to the capital. Before that, the ethnic arm organization. So what they say is self-defense, because they feel that the Burmese army is the colonizer, and that's why they need to defend their people, their land. But now that's why their focus is on their people and their land. But now is this revolution. The focus is the capital, Naypyidaw, and the army.
Change of the regime.
Change of the regime.
How long do you think will this last, sir? How long this war will last, as per your estimate?
It wouldn't last long.
Maybe a time frame, if you can give a time frame, sir, about how many? Because I can sense, sir, because I can see yesterday when I interviewed those captured soldiers.
Yes.
I understood many things. Their salaries are not paid regularly. I saw the weapons also that have been confiscated.
Yeah.
They are very outdated weapons.
Yeah.
G3 rifles, MA1 rifles.
Yeah.
There was a revolver also which doesn't open properly. So I could gauge the condition of the army. Now, if you can you roughly, as a senior rebel leader of CNF, do you have a rough estimate of the time frame? How long it will take for the regime to get toppled?
Yeah, if you say so.
Yes, sir.
I think that's not more than 3 years.
Not more than 3 years. But 3 years is also a long time. Pretty long time.
Not more than.
Not more than that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we can, how to say, we will know the result within the, that's a couple of years.
Which means that probably again after 1 year I'm going to trouble you and again come here to study the situation, sir.
Yeah, sure. You know that the thing is for example, like look, when the Min Aung Hlaing called for peace talk, so he only recognized the ethnic armed organization and invite them. But still, he doesn't like to invite NUG and PDF. But I know whether they will accept or not. But the Min Aung Hlaing does not extend invitation letter to them. But within, in a few times that I'm sure he will extend the invitation to all the groups.
Okay.
And that may be, how to say, the starting point of the regime change.
My last question to you, sir. As you said, after 3 years, let us assume a situation when the regime is toppled, democracy is restored. What kind of a setup would the ethnic nationalities, what kind of a setup would you be expecting, sir, in the future?
Actually, that's when the NUCC, the CRPH, that's they formed this NUCC, National United Consultative Council, and they develop charter, and that charter have this part 1 and part 2, and part 1 is as you mentioned, that's all the foundational principles are already agreed in that charter for the future union. So that is what we agree for future union.
That's all, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.